these guys have to be the biggest haters on the planet for Canelo, and I'll tell you why. So they always come into this little podcast series, whatever they want, episode, whatever you want to call it. And every time they always find the fourth leg to the table, which means they always find something negative to say about Canelo. Either this, either that, whatever. They always try to underrate Canelo's performances, his career. And you know what? It'd be your own people sometimes, man. It'd be your own people. And a lot of the Spanish community, obviously some of them, they don't speak English, so they can't see other programs where real analysts know what they're talking about and give Canelo his flowers, right? I'm not saying he is the best of the best, pound for pound right now. I think Crawford is, but he's done a lot in his career. There are some things that I criticize, but I criticize Julio Cesar Chavez as well. I criticize everybody no matter what. And they're always saying things about his attitude, his arrogance. Who cares if you're... Listen, there's so many types of people out there, right? And you never know who they really are unless you live with them, unless you interact with them. Some people don't like to talk much. Some people can't handle... Some people just don't have the patience to deal with BS for too long. So they're gonna tell you how it is. And if people do that, people call them arrogant. They call them full of themselves and stuff like that. So Canelo went on a podcast recently, and they asked him about Marquez, because Marquez has been very vocal on his hatred against Canelo. And Canelo said, I don't really, I've never met him. I don't know about him. And there's not really any sense to talk to people that don't want to take the blinds off their eyes, and says that there's different times where, in times are different, where Canelo is in an era where he has more fame and earns a lot more money, and it could be envy. And let's talk about that real quick. That's facts. I don't care if you get mad, that's facts. Marquez had to fight Pacquiao 4 times until he could win. And they're calling him all-time great. Canelo loses or is in doubt or ties with Triple G. Oh, he's terrible. Marquez had to go against Pacquiao 4 times. And that shot was a very well-placed shot. But come on now. You fought him 4 times. You have to know the ins and out, right? And so that was a great win for Marquez. I'm not taking anything away from that. But the fact that he criticizes Canelo on so many different things is just out of whack, out of hand, and all that. Especially coming from one of the greats of Mexico. But anyways, these 3 people. Well, I mean, the one in the middle, he kind of likes to, kind of likes to stay on like in the middle. He doesn't criticize Canelo as much. But the one on the left and the one on the right, they are always finding something negative to say, and then they say it, and then they go on a tangent on what blah blah. Listen, if you listen to all our podcasts, especially the ones in the US, the boxing analysts, they give Canelo his flowers, and that's the way it has to be. You got to tell it like it is. I'm not cheerleading for Canelo, but I'm gonna give his flowers if it's due, right? I'm gonna make a video in Spanish as well, because I feel like I owe it to this Hispanic community. Canelo has his flaws. So did Julio Cesar Chavez. Julio Cesar Chavez, in his career, when he was fighting once a month, he was fighting people that had 8 losses on their records. No wins. There's so many things that Chavez did that nobody, just because he's humble and he doesn't, say anything, maybe he's just that type of person that he doesn't like to engage with any drama. Maybe that's just the way he is, and people like it because they don't threaten their opinions. So there's a lot of things that Julio Cesar Chavez did in his career that people don't criticize. And if Canelo would have done it, oh, he would have been the freaking, what do they call it in the Breakfast Club? The donkey of the day. But I'm just tired of these three guys that are always they don't know. I don't know if it's in their agenda to hate on Canelo, but they never really give his flowers. Fight This One has always said, oh, he doesn't fight Charlo, he doesn't fight Triple G, I want him to fight. And whenever he does and he beats him, he always finds an excuse on why he beat them. Oh, it's Triple G didn't come to fight. How is that Canelo's problem? How is that Canelo's problem? But when Terrence beats Errol, right? When Terrence beats Errol, he's like, oh, Terrence was so superior. Why don't you bring out that same point? Errol didn't look the same. Where was Errol? Errol didn't come to fight. But no, if it's Canelo, you always try to find something to say. But whenever it's somebody else, like Terrence Crawford, oh, he dominated, he did all this and that. He doesn't keep his criticism the same. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Those three are getting on my nerves. And I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, facts are facts. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about anything. Give Canelo his flowers.